Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Time Sports. I had the distinct privilege of sitting with Ed Orgeron recently at his house over in Baton Rouge as we talked about his impending inducting into the Bayou Region Athletic Hall of Fame. He talks a little bit about growing up in LaRose. It was a fun day. Listen to what he has to say as we tease the upcoming Hall of Fame.
My grandparents lived across the street, and we lived in rental houses. And the thing I remember is playing outside all the time. The two gravel roads was the touchdown line. We had a ditch in the middle. Come to find out later, it was a sewer ditch. All right? It was the 50-yard line. And then we had some bushes on the side. And that was the out-of-bounds line. And we played, and we played, and we played. And look, I played 6, 7 years old. My cousin was 12 years old. You get knocked out, you get back up and go. But it was my mom and daddy worked. They were great people. It was a small community that believed in each other. I love baseball. I love track. When I got older, I love basketball, bitty basketball. But my uniform didn't fit, man. We had to go to New Orleans to get me a different jersey. But I always felt that I'd be a football player and a football coach. My dad was kind of my mentor and my coach. He would arrange all that stuff. And we had to play in the yard now. You're not going to sit in the house and not play now. There was LaRose, Cutoff, Galliana, and Golden Meadow. We play against each other. And Lockport, I got to say it. And, man, all of a sudden, like LaRose and Cutoff got together. And those were our enemies, but they became our best friends. Then it was Galliano stayed separate and Golden Meadow. Andy Martin was over there. Blaze Leday was the coach at Galliano. I mean, those are some teams, man. T. Paul Pierce was our coach. So we never looked. It was like Saint Lafourche was the goal, but it was like in that day, we had to win, man. Losing was not a choice. You didn't want to go home losing. And, man, winning was about everything. Coach Perry was the deal, man. Ralph Perry came pick me, Darryl Reynolds up, and made us go practice spring ball in ninth grade for the varsity. And, you know, he made me a player. I mean, he'd kick you in the butt now. And we needed it. For a little bit, we kind of lost our focus a little bit. And we lost 3 games. We lost to Skippy Hazel. We lost to Hornville. And I think we went to some you all see, maybe West Jefferson beat us. But, boy, I'm telling you, when them playoffs came, we had a team that we knew we could win. And we decided to click in. We clicked in, man, and we took fire. But, you know, Bobby was a quarterback. We had a quarterback that could throw the football. But you had some guys like David Dillon, who was an extraordinary high school player. He played both ways. He'd get 10, 15 tackles, run the football. Andy Martin was tough as hell. Darryl Reynolds, all these guys, man. Edgar Bouzigard, Robbie Crosby. I mean, we were a tight-knit group. And it was kind of like, all right, it's time now. Let's go. Let's cut the BS out and let's get it. And we caught fire in the playoffs. You know, it was an expectation. Now, Coach Perry would send us a letter. Still have that letter, man. It was so important. Man, it's now time to start focusing on camp. Our goal at Saint Lafourche is to win the district championship. And he kept it simple for us. He didn't want us to get the big head. But we got the big head, obviously. But anyway, we had a nucleus coming back. That same nucleus, Andy Martin was at Golden Meadow. We came together. We had a good football team. And again, we got it to the quarterfinals, and we lost to St. Aug. And who won the state championship? St. Aug. So we had a pretty productive year, but we just had that little edge missing to us. You know, we threw the discus. We threw the shot, we spin, and it's all about your hips. It's all about your rotation. You coach. And then the guys are teaching speed, and you got to work. You got to be in shape. I love track. And, I met some great guys. Carl Morgan, who's in the Hall of Fame. I remember the Brady boys. You're going to like this. The Brady boys, when we go to Thibodeau, you had some coaches that would, from out of state, that would coach at Nichols. Well, these guys are from California. And me and Carl become good friends. And we're still good friends today. And the Brady boys were spinning in the shot put ring. And we're like, well, who's going to tell them? I said, I'll go tell them, hey guys, the discus ring's over there. And they said, well, and they were like 220, we were like 250, 280. They said, oh no, we throw the discus, we throw the shot put just like the discus. 61 feet. We had never seen nothing like that in our lives. You know, Coach Perry stood out. I mean, he's him, Jimmy Johnson, and Pete Carroll were the three best coaches I coached. No question. You know, a coach is supposed to make you do something that you don't want to do. That's a great coach, and he did it. But man, we had a great staff. His staff, you know, you was on the side. Coach Earl Bourgeois, defensive line, you didn't play.
Can't hear.
Coach Bourgeois, offensive line, Roe Pete, Coach Charlie Combo, all those guys were great coaches. And it was a cohesive staff. They had a cohesive staff, we had a cohesive team.
That was a fun day. Sat down again with Coach O about 2 weeks ago and got a full, probably about a 15-minute intro video done for him. Again, he'll be going into the Bayou Region Athletic Hall of Fame put on by the Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute on June 18th. If you want to be there, you can. Just go to brahoff.com, BRAHOF, Bayou Region Athletic Hall of Fame, and .com, and you can actually get a ticket there. And he's going to be there with his entire family, and we look forward to that day in just a couple of weeks. Got to take a break. We'll be back with more Bayou Time after this.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.